What's good, motherfuckers? What's really good, motherfuckers? Now, whatever. Further. Um, I just like to look at the obvious. I could dissect bullshit pretty good. I'm kind of bragging about it at this point. I've gotten really good at just dissecting exactly what something is by looking at it. And it's a couple of those things that I just like to talk about. I think it's great. I think it's funny, and more so funny at this point because the people that don't actually see it, I just look at them like, how do you not see what's going on here? First of all, let's talk about CBD oil, right? And I'm only bringing this up because I have heard a couple people say it, or just recently the one that really fused me into this conversation is somebody on Facebook. I can't even fucking think about who it was, but it was like, what's the craze with CBD oil all of a sudden? This shit's been around for so long. Why all of a sudden is CBD oil, crazy? Like everybody's like, okay, well, here it is, right? It's like anything else. They are doing an advertisement push here. They are getting people hooked into the idea of the CBD oil before they legalize it. And the biggest reason for that is because Big Pharma owns that shit right now. They got their hands all in it. The government and the banksters and they've got this all set up to make a killing off of you motherfuckers. Or, I'm sorry, man. Maybe it's not you motherfuckers, but off motherfuckers, right? The subjective minds. They CBD oil. I think it's I think it's going to be great to replace a lot of things. I never, for an instance, think that the government telling you that it's cool to do it all of a sudden should get you excited about that. I am completely against that. I think that is complete bullshit. That anybody would get excited about somebody else telling them all of a sudden now they can do it without getting, beaten, killed, harassed, and caged. Now all of a sudden you don't have to worry about that anymore. I mean, that to me is just the simplest mind on the face of the planet. That you're actually excited all of a sudden. Okay, before it was okay to do anything they wanted to, put you in these programs and make you even more of a slave than you already were by making you go through these programs where you pay for these programs, and you'd be locked up and caged, and they'd make money off of you being an inmate. They got fucking fines, and man, there was just this big circus ring of taking from you and hurting you. And now, all of a sudden, people are like, yay, well, these people that used to beat our fucking asses, kill us, rape us, and throw us into prisons purely at a profit all the way around, now they say we could do it. Yay, let's get excited. Let's post about that shit. Okay, let me just get back to what I was talking about before. That's really a bunch of slaves that woke and unwoke are excited about. Them telling you that you could do it. Are you fucking kidding me? That is seriously the simplest mind. But let's go back to CBD oil. Yeah, they're launching a campaign. They are doing brainwashing. Right now, they're brainwashing. CBD oil is going to be great for a lot of things, right? It's going to be a much better painkiller, in my opinion. It's my opinion. A much better painkiller than, say, opioids and, Percocets and a lot of other shit. So much better, right? You don't have those addictive properties that make people rob, kill, and steal for it, right? Or spend all their money or pretty much give up their life to get it. They don't do that. Actually, I'm thinking Big Pharma's probably going to throw something in the mix. So you're not going to get a pure CBD oil. But here's the thing. They're doing a campaign. They're launching it right now. This is how brainwashing works. So when they do launch it, and I know that they have a patent, I've read a lot of different shit about it. You can go ahead and look it up yourself. So you got the banksters, you got the government, you got the state, you got everything involved to make a profit here. And they're profiting against you. They got in California, the Triangle, right? Those guys, they are not even going to know what hit them. They think that this shit is for them right now. They're excited that, is it Killer Mountain? Anyway, I seen a show on it. They're excited. Oh yeah, they're gonna legalize it. We're gonna have, all kinds of money. That's not happening right now. It's not working out that way. What's happening is they basically gained themselves by being excited about it another reason to be taxed. Did you think that they're just gonna let it go at that? No. Now you gotta get your shit tested, and it's gotta be something, And it was never a problem before, so it does sound like that needed to be an issue. And then, in between the trade with the state and stuff like that, there's probably, another function of you paying money to be a farmer. So now what do they got, right? I mean, you could look yourself, you can see your shows. These guys are starving. These people are good at growing marijuana. They're starving right now. But they're not even going to have the CBD oils. Once this shit goes into full effect, they're going to pinch out the little guy. You're done. You're done. And a place where you were in the gray market, helping somebody live, survive for something that they were good at, you've just destroyed them. You've absolutely destroyed them. And they've destroyed themselves. Now, Big Pharma and the government are going to own that shit. They're going to rape you out of the prices. Doctors are going to prescribe CBD oil as if it was necessary. And they're going to do it at ridiculous prices. You think the insurance company isn't on this shit too? Absolutely on this shit. They're going to ruin the entire thing. And this is why I tell everybody all the time, man. They're not your friend. They're not your friend. And you just got to look behind what's actually going on to see that it's bullshit. It's not about, them doing this because it's good to do. It's doing this because they're setting you up to profit. As in everything else. And let's not forget that people are a little bit stressed out, a little bit tight right now about shit. There's starting to be a lot more woke motherfuckers because your state and government have pinched down on so much that it's like any other slave. Their mind's going to start to retaliate. And it's happening on a bigger front. So all of a sudden now, let's go ahead and throw this marijuana thing at him. It's like Caesar, right? Give them bread and circus, and they will never revolt. This marijuana thing is doing a lot of things, right? It's going to bring in huge profits, and it's going to keep the enslaved, the indoctrinated, as a slave, right? Because you've just thrown them some breads. You just gave them a circus. Hey, you know what? It's not so bad, man. As long as, it's not hurting me. It's not coming after me that bad. Then I'm just not gonna worry about this. But it's gonna get to be that bad again somewhere else. They're taking everything from you, man. Your soul. The biggest thing is your soul. They're stealing it, man, and they're stealing it through all sorts of avenues. You racing for money. You racing for material shit. They're taxing this. They're taxing that. They're stealing this. They're stealing that. I mean, it's coming left and right, man. Like a Mike Tyson fucking defense move. You know what I mean? It's bad. It's fucking horrible. So there's the deal with the CBD oil. It's just a campaign they're launching on the slaves. The worst thing about this whole thing is seeing people that I think I want to respect because they do get it, right? They get government state, but they are posting up that, oh, marijuana's going to be legal. Marijuana's illegal in this state or that state. I mean, seriously, you're woke, but you're excited about that. That really just kind of debunks you being a freedom fighter at all. I don't like to say anarchist or whatever, but like a freedom fighter, somebody who's, throwing out objective knowledge and trying to, hammer it into the people that don't want to get it already so that we could all get on this level of freedom, this real level of freedom. And that's what I think about the CBD oils, right? So it's just a campaign they're launching on your minds. It's nothing more than that. And then, the craziest thing, and I just want to throw this one in there real quick because I ran into a family member, and they were like, I don't, I don't like to, do this, but Trump, he's funny. He is funny. I mean, he's the funniest president. If I gotta sit here and watch it, I would be honest with you. I think I'd rather watch him because he is the funniest of all of them, right? And he is kind of humorous. I would probably watch him in a stand-up, but I'm not watching him on the news because he's the ruler, and I don't like to be ruled. And that's how I feel about that. But anyway, I walk in, and what's going on TV is MSNBC. Don't get this wrong. Fuck, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. Okay, this is what was on the TV, and they're all the same. Excuse me. So MSNBC's on there, and they're talking about the job market and this government shutdown, and how the job market is, going to get hammered because the government shutdown. You gotta look at the obvious shit here, right? You gotta look at what's really happening around you, not what somebody else is telling you happening around you. That's what the Matrix says. It's this illusion that they put over your head. I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, the government shutdown didn't do anything. It didn't hurt anybody. It should have told everybody all together, all at once, that without them, we can do shit. But they said, oh, well, the job market, and we're going to go into recession, blah, 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 blah. They're throwing that out there because not as many people got upset or scared as they wanted them to be about the government shutdown. And that's a fucking problem. That's a problem because that was a fear-mongering technique all by itself. They wanted people to get scared because they do understand that people are getting woke. People are resisting. People are shooting cops. People are resisting, which means that the slaves aren't going to be slaves for much longer. So they threw that fucking government shutdown at you like they do all the time. And they're really just trying to condition the indoctrined, the slaves. They're just trying to keep them in place. And it didn't really work out the way they wanted. I mean, on a big note, more than not, people were actually excited. Yay, government, blah, blah, blah. The government didn't really shut down people. They were still taxing you. They were still arresting you. And they were still fucking up your life. It never really shut down. And they didn't want it to shut down either. And a matter of fact, they had enough money. They didn't have to shut down. That was never necessary. It was a fear-mongering technique. And to reinforce it, that's the reason that you're seeing all of this shit about the job market. Because now they're going to go after your money. Wow, guys, look, this could have been real bad, real bad. And Trump's not like your leader, your glorious ruler. It never has been. But they're using him like a Ponzi, Oh, well, he's not going to get elected in the next one. Well, this was his problem. Blah, 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 blah. It's a big circus technique, man. Everything that they do or tell to you, and that's really how I'm going to conclude this whole fucking thing, right? They are seriously just trying to keep the control, man, and that's through your mind. That's through your mind, but they got to do it to enough people to actually make it work, and that's the reason we have the problem, because they don't have the majority anymore. I'm going to be honest with you. They don't have the majority. You can look at that when you talk about voting. There's not that many people that come out and vote. Not as many as they'd like. Not as many in our population. They don't come out there and vote. And that's the reason they have electoral voting, right? But the voting never mattered. It never actually happened. It didn't exist. It was just a ritual to keep your mind in place. But to go back to it, yeah, okay, so you talk about CBD oil, the launch, right? That's a mind control tactic to get set up to make money from you. The government shutdown, a fear mongering tactic. And, they're reinforcing that one because it's really important so that they can keep the slaves in place with your jobs. The job market never changed, people. It never changed. I look around and I see the same situation from one president to the next. All the presidents, right, talk about the job market and how it's better, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if anybody else sees the similarities here, but the same amount of people are homeless. You still see the struggle in the streets for people looking for jobs. None of these change from administration to administration, from president to president. But the slogan stays the same. Yo, motherfuckers. You see shit for what it really is. But until next time, right? Because I got to get something to talk about, and this takes me walking around for a minute. Peace out, motherfuckers. Just see the shit for what it is. It's fun.